Concrete truck is here. Gonna be pouring some concrete today. We will see how it goes. He's not driving down right there, is he? Today's the day we're gonna pour this concrete out. So wire mesh in there. I got a stub here for the electric.
Look at that.
9 yards of concrete coming down here. Let's do it. Shoot, that was a hot one. Hey, right now that concrete come on us quick, real quick. But here's the finished product right here. Didn't turn out too bad. Nice little light broom finish on it. Nothing spectacular, but yeah, well, we got our electrical conduit here, and the next step will be we'll set our corners up, strip our forms, set our posts, and go from there. Okay, time to strip the forms. Big Dom on the job. We're all crocked up, whatever. Girls are working on the pond, cleaning it out. But we're gonna go through and pull the forms off. We're gonna snap a line. We're gonna put one saw joint down the middle. I got a little pond on my hands, sorry about that. One saw joint down the middle, and I believe I'm going to do 2 saw joints across just because it's so wide or long. So all right, I'll set you up on a time lapse here, and we will after we're done with that, I'll show you what we're going to put on it for cure and seal. I'll go ahead and seal this baby up. Okay, so when we're cutting the concrete, I don't have a fancy saw here. I got an old skill saw, actually a Rockwell, with a masonry blade on it. So I cut it about 1/2 inch thick. I know some people might say that's not enough, but I've cut a lot of pads and that was plenty. We're also going to go ahead and put some cure and seal on here, protect and seal this sucker. Take about a gallon of that. Well, you can spray that on, but we're actually just going to roll the stuff on. So all right, set you up on a time lapse here. Should be good. Okay, lines are all cut. Not exactly super straight, but good enough. Got one line there. We saw this one at 8.6, or excuse me, 8.7. Saw that one, then we saw that one over there. So lined out pretty good. We'll go ahead and put the sealant on it and call it good. Okay, all saw cut. I did step up ahead a little bit. I got didn't film it last night because of daylight. We did it kind of in the dark, but I set this corner here first, and I snapped a string from there down, measured my 24 feet. Now, I'm gonna sandwich this board on the outside here, so you can't actually have 24 feet. You gotta actually take that 1.5 inches off the 24 feet on both sides. You take 3 inches off the 24, measure the insides to this side. So these brackets that I'm using right here, I'll show you how they work. They're I just grabbed one off of thing here. So they just got a hole in the bottom of them, and then they got some holes in the sides for your screws. You do have to make a little hole in the bottom. The easiest way to template that is just set the actual plate on there the right direction, and then put the hole in it so that the bolt will stick through. I'm using red heads on this slab, so this is what they look like here. Red heads go on there, and the brackets are kind of strange, so I got these outside ones turned this direction, okay, so that the flaps are up this way. And the only reason why I did that is because I got electric line that's coming up alongside this pole, and I didn't want to have to mess with that. So, but I am going to alternate them, and I'm going to turn these ones the other direction just because I don't want all my flaps facing the same direction. I'll show you these red head bolts. Got them in the back of the Kimco here. Okay, so I'm using they're 4 1/4 red head with a washer and a nut, and you drill them out with a 1/2 inch bolt or 1/2 inch masonry bit. Drill them out, and then they didn't drill too bad. I mean, I was really surprised. This concrete pad's been set in 3 days, and it drilled hard, and I mean, it was hard. So yeah, put your you drive that red head down in, make sure that your nut and everything is on it first. Okay, and then you just take a wrench or tighten it up. Now I did snap this line here so you can actually see, you can kind of guide where it needs to go when you do it. Well, it's hard to do with one hand here. Let me see if I can. Line it up with that mark, and as it draws up, it pulls that shank up in there, and these things hold remarkably great. Okay, so the bottom, like I said, once I got this line established and that mark set, pulled my measurement across and did my cross diagonals to make sure that the pad is, or to make sure that everything is square. I already cut my top plate boards here, 16 foot, actually minus 1.5 inches for this seam, 8 foot minus 1.5 inches for this seam, which will give me a total of 16 foot across. or excuse me, 24 foot across. And then this end box out here that goes across is going to be exactly 16, because my trusses will set right on the edge of this right here. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put a we're gonna box out the top. We're gonna do one on the outside, one on the inside. I'll show you the hardware we're gonna use for that. But I do have some different hardware down here for these. I'll show you what these are gonna be like. I'm gonna put those in there. They're a pretty nasty little screw. But yeah, set your posts on the bottom, screw them in, level them up, brace them. I highly recommend bracing them. I would not recommend letting those supports hold them the whole time. Even when I put them in the ground, I always leave the braces on until the building is completely up and the purlings are on the trusses, because you know, it just helps everything stay together. And if you gotta tweak some things when you get towards the top, you can. So okay, hardware I'm using, the bottom of those brackets like I showed you, I'm going to use these screws here. They're 3 1/8 by 15/16. I'm going to put those in the big holes, and I'm going to use just standard 3-inch galvanized screws for the little holes. All my top plate stuff is going to get nailed with these nice little twisties right here, 16s, or excuse me, right here, these big 16s here. And these little twisties are going to be for the purlings. So yeah, should be good. Trusses. Beautiful wife. Beautiful view. Pond. Done. Nice Sunday. Okay, status report. The box out is done. We got a full 16 foot on the front, full 16 foot on the back. I didn't get any video of this because my wife helped me out. She doesn't want to be on video, but box out corners are in there. This is all boxed out here. I did mismatch my seams so that this seam is on this side, and then on the back side the full piece goes in there, and then my seam is down there. Tough to get a 24 foot board, but I'm gonna put just a board on the back, wild up the top, so that when we set our trusses on, we can set them on against that one piece there, and then we can go this way here. Trusses are all lined out. I always lay it off each side the same way. I did check my cross diagonal on the top, and it is right on the money. Most generally, if you take the time and brace everything like this, and you make sure the bottom posts are level, or excuse me, square, and then you come off everything level and brace it, most generally you may have to do just a touch little tweaking on top, but everything should line out good. We'll lay the trusses in here. My cousin Michael and I are coming in to do it. He's going to come up and help me. I'll put you on a time lapse here, and then should be good. Okay, we got the trusses here. Little 16 foot 412 pitch. Got the beautiful woman here. Michael's on the job. There she is. I'm gonna set you up on top up there and see how it goes. We got some rain coming at us, but hopefully we'll miss the rain. Okay, several days later, after we set these trusses, we did make it through the rain. I'll show you what we have here. But trusses are all in place. I'm going to put some cross braces, or excuse me, some braces across the bottom, and some cross braces in here. But the way we laid it out, we had to stagger the purlings that went across so that we didn't have all the seams in one spot. So I do have a little bit of waste here. I'm going to put a 12-inch overhang on this side, and we will have a 12-inch overhang on this side. But that'll be the next video. We'll put all that stuff together. Once again, always thanks for watching, and remember, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.